Huh? Hello. Hello, who came in? Who just joined me? Who just came in? I can't see anything. Is anybody there? Hello. Hello, Supreme Kamani. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. How are you? This is also I can see. Hey, Jessalissa, how are you? Thanks for coming in. How are you guys doing today? Melissa, you said you're doing well. That's good. Kamani, how are you? Who's very cute? Who are you gazing at? I'm well, Alyssa. I'm doing well. It's Sunday night, just winding down. Oh, me? Thank you. I appreciate that. So, what are you guys doing tonight? Does everybody have work in the morning? Whew, it's hot in here. Is it hot in here too? No? Mm, feels warm to me. Are you guys able to hear me okay? I'm working early tomorrow. I'm folding clothes and relaxing now, making lunch and stuff. Oh, that's good. That's what I should be doing is trying to get myself prepared for the work week. That is so good to be prepared. I was trying to wait and see if a few more people hop on before I start running my mouth. Well, I'll keep you running and listen until the live ends and jump in here and there. Okay, thank you, Lissa. Okay, so I guess nobody else is gonna jump in. Nobody else is watching. So this won't be a long live stream. I just wanted to jump on because I've noticed today, you know, well, it's not just today. I've noticed this for a while, but it just seems like people just can't respect other people's choices. And I've talked about this before. I did a video on this a while back. And the thing is that everyone is free to make their own choices. Everyone is free to live pretty much how they want to live and do what they want to do when it comes to their faith, their job, their lifestyle. It's their choice. But I want to talk about respect, respecting people's choices. There's so many people that feel that they have the right to tell other people how to live. The only being that has the right to tell us how to live is God. Everybody else has no right to tell anyone how to live. You can give someone advice if they ask you for it, but when you go as far as to attack people in real life or on social media, it's too much. And I'm noticing a lot of that lately, people attacking other people because they don't like the way someone lives their life or they don't like things that people do. But here's the thing, there's this button in social media land called unfriend or unfollow. Hey, Booker, thanks for coming in. But there's this button that's called unfriend, unfollow, unsubscribe. And I think some people need to use these buttons. And the reason I say that is because when you feel inclined to jump in and attack someone in their comments on a post, whether it's a video, Facebook post, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever, when you feel the need to jump in and attack someone and tell them how they should live their life, you should probably go ahead and hit that unlike, unfollow, unfriend, unsubscribe. Because the thing is if people don't ask for advice, don't offer it. And I say this all the time because we all see this a lot on social media, unsolicited advice. Most people are not asking you how to live their personal life. On YouTube, most people are asking how to grow their channel. That's it. They're not asking you, I appreciate that, Booker. They're not asking you to tell them how to live. They're not asking you how to raise their children. They're not asking you how to have a relationship with God. They're not doing any of that. They're asking you something specific as to growing their social media platform. But I'm just I guess I'm talking about this because I'm disappointed to see people attacking each other. I'm really disappointed to see people that are supposed to be like family attacking each other. And not just like family. Huh? Oh, you're welcome. I'm seeing people that um hey, Indian vlogger Namita. How are you? Thanks for coming in. I'm seeing people that are family, that are related by blood attacking each other on social media. I feel that when you're having problems, handle that off social media. Don't bring that on social media. And if you're inclined to offer someone advice on something that they do, something that you see that maybe you feel they're doing wrong, take it offline. Take it off social media. Everything doesn't have to play out online. Everything there's a way to tactfully address things with people. Everybody does things different. We all do things in a different way. And to attack someone because you feel like, well, you shouldn't, like, one instance is there's a couple online, and I'm not going to say anyone's names because I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but this couple posted a picture kissing each other, and they were basically attacked. They were basically people saying, oh, you're not married, you shouldn't be kissing, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Listen, I learned years ago to let adults live how they want to live and other people's children. I raise my own children. I don't need to raise other people's children. I understand the saying, it takes a village. I get it. However, there's a certain thing as saying too much. There's a certain thing as offering too much advice that you don't need to offer. And when you feel the need to take it beyond just offering advice and to start hurling insults at people because someone does something that you don't agree with, you need to log off. To me, I really feel that it's necessary to log off, take a step back, and reevaluate yourself, because none of us are perfect. And I feel like the internet is full of people who think they are. And I'm not ranting, you guys. Please don't leave. I'm not ranting. This is just something that I just want to say. This is my personal feeling. Anything that I talk about on my channel is how I feel and how I see things, because I don't, it's one thing to tell someone, hello, Gloria's. It should, listen, it really should. And I feel like people have forgotten how to talk to each other off of social media. You can you can definitely reach out to someone, and you can reach out to them, you can direct message them. If you feel strongly about something that someone is doing, and you feel like they're taking a wrong turn, or they're doing something that could be harmful to them, reach them offline, talk to them offline, send them a direct message, send them something other than talking to them online and putting everybody into the mix. And I've said this before, but I'm saying it again because I really feel that people need to hear this. Stop stop attacking each other and putting personal business online. If you feel some type of way, good night, Simeon. Reach out to people offline. And if it's your family member or a close friend, you have their number. You have no reason to bring that personal situation to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, none, Twitter, any of that. It should not be brought online. It should be kept offline. Text them, pick up the phone and call them. It's sad that we live in a world where people are so addicted to social media that they can't even talk to each other anymore. And there's a such thing as unplugging. And I think that it's necessary to unplug. You really need to unplug if you're in a headspace where everything that you see, you feel requires a reaction from you. Because not everything requires a reaction. Okay, Booker. But it's just I just need everybody to I don't know. I know I can't tell anyone what to do, and this is just from my own experience. I've seen things that didn't have to turn ugly, because it was a simple situation where this person could have reached out to the other person and said, hey, look, this is what's happening. You guys are doing this, and this is, people are feeling uncomfortable about it or whatever. Take it offline though, because then when you bring it online, there's people that don't even, that aren't close to the situation, that don't know, that get involved in it. And then it becomes a whole big mess, and it's not necessary. And it all stems from not respecting people's choices. It's you have to respect people's choices. You might not like it, you might not even support their choices, but you don't have to voice that online. You don't have to. Because the thing is what I noticed is when one person said something, it prompted everyone else to start saying things, attacking these people and saying things to them. And it's ugly, you guys, and it doesn't need to go there. And I just feel like if we want to maintain peace and we want to maintain a peaceful channel or a peaceful Instagram or whatever, we have to learn how to take some things offline. There's giving advice and there's public shaming and bullying. Exactly, Lisa. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Public shaming and bullying as well. It has to stop. At some point, um, you have to realize, you have to stop and think before you say something. And I think people forget to stop and think and just really say, okay, wait, is what I'm saying, is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it helpful? Because not everything that you want to say is necessary, kind, or helpful. Hey, Ems, how are you? Thanks for coming in. And I just feel like people have forgotten that to think before they speak. Like, basically, think before you type. Because we know when we're commenting on a post or we're commenting on a video or something, we can't we're typing it, so we have time to think about what we're going to type. We don't just have to type everything. We have time to think about it, and we have time to definitely decide not to say something crazy, because when you're online and you're typing something up, you're thinking of what you're going to say as you're typing it. And I just feel like before you start typing or before you send that text or whatever, think about it. Think about how you would receive something that someone says. Think about it. How would you feel if someone says to you, oh, you shouldn't be doing XYZ? Think about how you would feel. And I hate that people don't consider other people's feelings before they have an opinion, or before they voice their opinion, I should say, because we all have opinions. We don't necessarily have to voice every opinion that we have, though. And that's another thing. My mother always taught us everything doesn't um, require a reaction from you. You might feel very strongly about something, but you can also be offensive. And um, okay, Lissa, I understand. Thank you. But it's like, it's one of those things where I just feel like people don't think before they react. They see something, it rubs them the wrong way, and they instantly just want to comment. They want to comment, they want to say something crazy, or they even go as far as to jump on live and start bashing people. It has to stop, you guys, because it just really makes everything uncomfortable. It makes everything awkward, and it just makes people not want to be around you if you're going to be that way. Because I think that people who do that online on social media, they do it in real life as well. They just always have an opinion about everybody's life. And the thing is, it's fine for you to have your opinion, but if your opinion is going to hurt someone's feelings or make someone feel bad about themselves, you might want to keep it to yourself, because they didn't ask you to begin with. And then you want to come and say something crazy, and then when you get a reaction, then, oh, there's a problem. There's a bad reaction. Oh, then it starts a whole argument. People need to remember the damage they can cause. Right. And that's exactly, Lisa. People need to remember that words can be damaging. Damage and devastation doesn't always come from something physical. Your words can hurt worse than physical pain. And I've seen some things being said that were just so hurtful and kind of hateful. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Stop for a minute and think, would you want someone to say these things to you? And how would you feel if people came at you in that way? You wouldn't like it. I know I wouldn't want anyone to attack me that way. I wouldn't like it, because for the simple fact, I'm an adult. I make my own decisions. Nobody forces me to do anything. And I do what I want to do. I definitely try not to do things to hurt other people or not to offend other people. But when it's a choice that I'm making for my own life, it's my own choice. And sure, you can offer advice if I ask you. I'm a person who feels that if someone doesn't specifically say to you, how do you feel about me, I don't know, doing something. If people don't, if someone doesn't directly ask you to give them advice on how their life is going, then you probably should just keep it to yourself. It's like, just keep it to yourself. I see people online all the time when people post videos with their children and they're telling people, oh, you need to Stop doing that and don't do that. You shouldn't let your kids watch this. You shouldn't let your kids watch that. You shouldn't feed them that. It's too late at night. Oh, you're just now cooking dinner for your kids. It's so late. Let people live. Let people live. It's it's not necessary to insert your opinion about everything that someone does. And I just it's frustrating because it's like, come on, y'all, we're grown. We need to stop. And like Lissa has said, is there's a difference between constructive criticism, I would say, and just being a flat out bully and shaming someone. You can offer someone constructive criticism if maybe, they're doing something and they may even say, I hope I'm doing this right, or I hope, this doesn't look crazy. And then you may insert a comment and say, hey, maybe next time do it this way or do it that way. That's okay. That's all right. But when you start in with the, well, you really shouldn't, that's to me, that's taking it too far. When someone starts their sentence with, well, you really shouldn't do, that's take you're not offering advice. You're trying to tell someone what to do. And I realize some people have a bossy personality, and that's just how they are. That's just how they live. They're just bossy. They're bossy, and maybe they've never been told that people don't like being bossed around, but it has to stop somewhere. It really does, because I see it a lot, and I see it sometimes with some older people online. They feel the need to offer younger people advice on their life, and it's never received well. It's never received with the, oh, thank you so much for telling me that. It's normally received with, well, you should mind your own business because I didn't ask you. And then you get offended. Well, they didn't ask you, so you probably shouldn't have said what you said. And I guess it's not that simple for some people, but for me, it's very simple for me to mind my own business. It's easy. If it's not something that's directly affecting my life, I pay it no mind. I don't feed into every situation. And listen, I think you talked about this in your live the other day, but I don't feed into negative situations. I really don't. I like to be around people who promote positive things and who have a positive outlook, because we all know everybody goes through enough. So we don't need negativity. We just don't. We don't need it. But I feel like people invite it when they start jumping in and saying things to people online or whatever. You're making it a negative situation, because the minute someone tells you that they don't appreciate what you said, you get mad. But you really don't have the right to get mad, because you should have kept your mouth closed. It's real easy to zip your lips and to not type it. And it's really sad when I see adults doing this kind of stuff. It's like, come on, we're too old for that. We're just too old for it. You expect that out of teenagers. You expect them to go back and forth with each other, because they're young. They still have some growing up to do. But you would think that people over the age of 25, I would say, should know how to handle themselves accordingly. And they don't. And they don't. But it's all, to me, it's all about respect. You have to give it to get it. And if you go on someone's posts and you say something disrespectful and they come back at you in a way that you feel is disrespectful, okay, there we go. There's the back and forth, because you said something that you didn't need to say to them and they reacted. So you got what you wanted. You got a reaction, and it wasn't a good reaction. And that could have been avoided by thinking before you type that comment. So that's all I wanted to say, you guys. I just wanted to touch on that because I've seen today like three different scenarios play out online. And I just felt like, okay, I don't like this, because I don't like to see people argue. I really don't like to see people argue. And it bothers me because I'm just not one of those people that like to see people go back and forth with each other. So I just feel that it's necessary. It's necessary for people to really just take a moment, stop for a second, slow down, quiet your mind, and think about, is it necessary? Is it helpful? Is it kind? Just those three things. Three things. Is it necessary? Is it helpful? Is it kind? Because if it's not necessary, it's not going to be helpful, and it's unkind, you don't need to say it. And that's pretty much my feeling on it. You just don't even need to say it. And I want my YouTube family to think, because there's been some scenarios that have played out on YouTube that weren't kind, because people said something that wasn't kind, it wasn't necessary, and it wasn't helpful. And it started a whole it started a whole bunch of stuff. So I just feel like people need to just stop for a minute and think. Take some time. Step away if you have to. Log off for the day and say, you know what? I'm going to come back tomorrow when I have a better attitude, because people are going to do what they want to do. And by saying something crazy, you just escalate it into a bad situation when it doesn't have to be one, when it could just really be something as simple as, let me think for a moment. I've learned to think about how I would feel if someone said something to me. Of course, I've looked at videos and posts and thought, that's not right, or that doesn't look right. But before I type a comment, is my comment necessary? Because they probably already know that whatever they're doing looks crazy. Do I really need to say anything? Is it going to be helpful to them to hear this? And I guarantee you 99% of the time, it's no. They don't need to hear it. It's not going to help. It's not going to make anyone feel good about themselves. So I don't even type the comment, I leave it alone. And I just think that in order to keep the peace, that's what everyone needs to do, is think about it before you type that comment. And if you're mad at someone, take it offline. If somebody did something that rubbed you the wrong way to the point where you feel you need to let them know in private. Reach out to them and ask them for an email address, or I know most people don't like to share their phone numbers. Ask them for their Instagram or their Facebook and send them a direct message. That's just between you and them. Because if I guarantee you, if you go in the comments section and you say it in the comments section, 30 to 100 other people are going to jump in with their opinion. And it's just going to escalate it into something ugly when it didn't have to be. So that's my 2 cents for today. That's just really what I wanted to jump on and say. I hope everyone has had a good Sunday. I know tomorrow's Monday, back to work for most of us, or back to school. So I'm just gonna go and try to get myself together and try and prepare for work, because I have to go to work early. So I definitely don't want to be up too late. Definitely won't be on here till 11 or 12. Not tonight, because 5 o'clock comes real quick, real quick. And it's already almost 9:30 here. So, but that's all I wanted to say, you guys. I've had a good weekend. I actually had a chance to visit with a friend this evening, and we're both dealing with similar issues, and it made me feel so much better to be able to sit and talk to someone that offered me sound advice because I asked for it. And we were able to just have an interchange of encouragement, and to just encourage one another to just keep going, and to just don't give up, and to just know that things could be a lot worse. We might be in a bleak situation right now, but it can turn around at any moment, and to just keep going and just keep doing what you know is right. And that's all I would say to anyone that's going through anything. Don't give up. Just keep going. It'll change. And that's it. So, you guys, thank you so much for those of you that came in. Just Lissa, Gloria, um, Booker TV, M's channel, Indian vlogger, Supreme Kimani. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and for listening to me give my little I just wanted to offer up just a little advice because I hate to see people go and get into bad situations that they don't have to get into. So I hope everyone has a good night and I will talk to you all later. Bye.